Yay! All right, let me get us up. Hello and welcome. So glad to be home and on now tonight. And hi. Hello, hello. Jackie is here. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, guys. Hi, Laura, Nicole. So, hi, Jack. It's Maya and Artsy. Yay. And Angela's here. Jezebel. All right. So, I am extremely happy to be home tonight. It was one of those long days at work, so it's good to be home. I have to say I'm on the wrong side, so it's a little disoriented because I have to plug my phone in because it only has half, and it usually takes up about half when I do our live sessions. So something told me to pull out my deck, then the notification went up. Yay! Perfect! So much great art on your wall. Who did all that? Are you talking to me? Great art on my wall? Oh yeah, that's my husband. He is the painter and the artist of the family. It definitely is not me. Let's see, that black one right in the center there. That is the first painting he ever painted. And so I got it framed, and that was, oh goodness, probably about 20 years ago now. So, and then he paints all kinds of stuff for us, which we have, we usually have them all up on Etsy, and I don't promote it very much because I kind of like my wall of art. But he's always like, well, are you telling people that they're for sale? No. I like it. Hi, Michelle and Laura and Kendra. Yay. Yeah, so if any of you are interested in any of the art, except the first one, I'll never give that up. But I suppose I could think about selling some of them. But I do like them. We usually have them up on my Etsy page, but I haven't done a lot with my Etsy page this summer. And hopefully, after the holidays, I'll try to put my Etsy page back together and actually start listing stuff and doing altar boxes. I have him paint altar boxes, and then I fill them up, and we sell like complete altar kits in a box. And they're usually really cool because, you know, that's one of the things that I do is I buy all kinds of stuff, vintage stuff at thrift stores and stuff, and then I put it together as an altar, and we sell them. So I'll start doing that again, I'm sure, probably after the holidays. I know my mother's been pushing me to do it before the holidays, and I'm like, nope, we just have too much going on. Forget it. It's not happening. But after the holidays, I'll start doing that again. All right, so how is everyone tonight? Good. You would love an altar kit. Oh, good. Absolutely. And you know, if you want to put in a special order ahead of time, like you have a specific god or goddess that you want me to look out for stuff for a specific god or goddess, I can create a kit based on a specific god or goddess, or a specific, like I've done altar kits for a specific Sabbath, like, you know, a Yule kit or a Beltane kit or stuff like that. I usually, when we first started it, I used to have one of, for like every Sabbath, I would come up with like a real summery kind of kit for midsummer and that kind of thing. So one of those boxes would be good for the girl on the Facebook wall that had to hide her stuff from her grandmother. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking too. But I thought I should tell her that, but you know, if she wants me to do that, it'll be a little while. Hi, everyone. Not going to be in chat tonight. My husband is watching with me on TV. Oh, I'm a star. Woo! Oh, it's so funny. I know. I tell people at work that, I have a YouTube channel, and they're all like, you have 3,000 people on your, and I said, well, yeah, but not all of them are on at once. I have like a little core group, and we have a good time and stuff, and they look at me different now. Swearing at the overseas shipping. Oh, I know, Jezebel. And it's so hard to, I've been trying to figure out, fill them with helium so they're a little lighter. I don't know. The shipping rates are ridiculous. And I don't know if it's, well, try not to get political, but I'm sure some of it is all the tariff stuff, because now, the taxes have to be paid on this end, and we haven't seen a lot of that before now, but it's starting to come into our country too because of our lovely president. You are famous. Oh, please. Hi, Kay. And Keith. Keith made it in. Hi. And little dandelion, I'll turn a shoebox, and pocket ones work well too. Absolutely. I used to, the one on the Facebook, it's you. Oh, good. I would love to order a box, but don't feel a need to rush. I'm patient. All right, cool. We can talk. And, you can always private message me and let me know, because then I can keep an eye out for a couple months for, cool vintage little things to put into it once I get a feel for, what you like. Which I was saying something, and then I lost it. No idea. I have to admit that when I'm at the main office, my brain is off, because my brain has been on all day at the main office, because I'm dealing with not only patients, which I normally deal with, but then you have to deal with the doctors, love doctors, and the bosses and all that kind of stuff. So it's mentally, it's a little bit more exhausting than my lovely office that it's just me. So just be aware. Okay. So the first, and hopefully you guys can hang in there. Some of you are not real super tarot beginners. And some of you are though. So I thought, hey, that's still my basket. Stop it. My cat, hold on, can you see him? Oh, it's never going to focus. Come on, focus. My cat is over there in my basket. Oh, come on. There it is. And he is now trying to dig my basket. So I let you lay in it. That doesn't mean I want you to destroy it. So be nice. Hey, Mr. Lola. Yeah. Not paying attention. Okay. Yay! Absolutely. Hey. All right, you laid down. All right, good. So I did want to start at the very beginning. So let's say that you are a complete tarot beginner, okay? So some of this will be just, stuff you already know, but I figured we'd start at the beginning because we don't really think about what happens when you get your first tarot deck and you don't really know anything about it at all. And I've had a couple people say, okay, I got this deck and no problem. I got this deck and I need to know, your dog is Lola, really? All right, well, I'll tell you the story. Oh, he's going to break my basket. My kitty is transgendered. He's been a he since forever. We got him as a kitten and we thought he was a he, and he acted like a he, and we had other she kitties, and he acted like a he. And I knew for sure he was a he. He just acted like a he. He's a he. And then we went to go get him neutered, and they said, yeah, we have to get her spayed. So we decided that it was just a transgendered kitty, and so we named her Lola. And if you don't know Lola, then you're a lot younger than me. And if you don't, look up the song Lola, and then you'll know. So that's why he's named that. All right, so you have a transgender bird, really? I think it's a lot more common than people think. He just is a he, and he still acts like a he. He's a he. All right, and oh my goodness, please tell me I brought my glasses up here. All right, at least I don't have to read very much. Okay, so from the very beginning, if you get a brand new tarot deck and you don't know much about tarot, the first thing that you're going to say is, and I decided to use my original Rider-Waite-Smith deck, which is not, I don't know how to say this. It's not the prettiest deck. I hated the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot for years until I really started to learn the meanings. And then I finally got actually, I still have to say, I still didn't like it even when I was studying the meanings, but at least, probably 90% of decks are based off of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So I have to say, when I finally gave in and kind of went, okay, you know what, I'm just going to study the Rider-Waite deck because all the symbolism and stuff that's in the Rider-Waite deck goes towards 90% of other decks. The symbolism, every little thing has symbolism in the Rider-Waite deck. So if you learn that deck, then you go on to another deck that is based off of the Rider-Waite system. It will trigger things in you that then you're like, oh, okay, because that symbol was in the Rider-Waite deck, then I got it because this is kind of a little different, but it's still here. So, so I'm going to start with the Rider-Waite deck, just the regular old normal Rider-Waite deck. You can get, and I hate to say it like this, but because I know the artist isn't out there, because, you know, Pamela Coleman Smith is long dead. But she's not losing money if you go to a China deck. And there's decks on Wish and stuff that are Rider-Waite that you can get for like $4 or $5 usually. And I hate to say that. For most decks, I do not recommend that because, first of all, it's not a quality deck. And second of all, if the artist is still alive and stuff, I don't think you should take money out of their pockets if you can help it. But, you know, if you're broke and you find a Rider-Waite that's really cheap, it's not taking any money out of anybody's pocket but the big old U.S. games. So, I'm learning with my steampunk deck, absolutely. And I was gonna say too, we have 4 parrots, 1 gray, 1 bi, 1 straight, 1 and a baby parrot. Long story, but because of the baby parrot, we figured it out. Yay! I didn't like it when I was younger, but I've really come to love it now that I'm older and understand the images. Me too. Are you okay? He just fell with the basket off of... You all right? Yeah? Okay. He must be okay. He fell off the banister. Because you were trying to lay in my basket. See? God has punished you. Oh, unbelievable. I did not like these images at all. I'll be honest. Even when I was learning and I was like, oh, that's really cool. 9 lives. Thank goodness. I still did not like the images. And I have to say, the regular bright Rider-Waite-Smith, I'm not a big fan of it. But I have a deep appreciation for it, especially Simon. Simon is the one that kind of gave me a love for the Rider-Waite-Smith decks. But the regular bright edition is not my favorite edition. I really like the Dirty Pam edition, and I really like the Albina Waite edition and the Borderless edition. And I have all of them. I brought them over just because the Borderless. Oh, and I really like, this is a Japanese version that has holograms on it. And I really like that one too. So, see, this is It's got holograms. So at least it, like, you know, flashed it up a little bit. All right. Oh my God, I was thinking he was going to fall when I saw him in the basket. I know it. Yes, yes. The goddess does love you, you little shit. I can't believe you fell. Yeah, Simon gave me the love for it too. Absolutely. I was thinking I would be willing to post pics on the Facebook wall of mine if anyone is interested. Uh-oh. Of what? Did I miss it? Thoth. Oh, is it Thoth? I think it's Thoth. But I might be wrong. Simon is trying to get me to like it, but so far I still don't. That's okay. And that's okay. And like I did not like it for years. And I still don't love the bright one. But I'm going to say that when you get your deck, comes in the mail, you get your very first deck, and I have heard there's long been a rumor that you're not supposed to buy your own first tarot deck because it's bad luck or some crap. I don't believe that at all. I think that's made up crap. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. And I've heard people talk about if you... I just learned that my tarot birth cards are the Empress and the Hanged Man. Cool. Gotta go buy all mine. All right, Artsy. Thanks for coming, honey. Oh, and I've heard that if you find one in a thrift shop or something, you shouldn't buy it because it could have somebody else's energies on it. Well, so could anything, but you have to cleanse it just like you would a t-shirt or something that you bought at the thrift store. You'd put it in the wash before you wore it. So that's what we have to do with, and as far as I'm concerned, a brand new deck that hasn't had any human hands on it, you have to really cleanse it anyway and then charge it with your intentions. I got yelled at for buying my first deck saying it won't work for me. I call crap because it works super well. Yeah, see, it's crap. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. Do what feels right. Yes. Okay. So when any deck will work, especially when cleansed. Absolutely. Okay. So you first get the deck. You open it up. And of course, the first thing you're going to do is look through the images. Is there images that I like? Is there images that I don't like? Is there whatever? I keep my deck in order until I have cleansed it and charged it. That's just my weird thing. It doesn't, I mean, I don't think it works any worse or better or anything. I think it's just because when I go through the images, I like to, hi Melanie, hi Ashley. I liked, when I go through the images, the first 4, 5, 10 times, I like them to be in order so that I know what's coming next while I'm getting to know the deck better. So you're going to take it out of the box though, and there's a million different ways to cleanse your deck. Some people will tell you this is how it has to be done. I got mine from Amazon. Came with a large spreadsheet and the Tarot for Dummies book. Perfect. Love it. What works for you works. Some people, all they do is blow on it and blow their intentions onto their deck and mentally say to themselves, I'm blowing anybody else's energies away. I'm getting rid of energy that I don't want onto this deck. I'm cleansing it from anything that might be stuck to it. And I've heard people say that works for them. Awesome. If that works, then whew, you got it easy. No problem. Not that it's hard to cleanse the deck, but there are a million different ways. So because I'm, I don't know, ADD and just a tad bit OCD about some stuff, I do a couple things. Yep. Shuffling is my form of cleansing it. Absolutely. And sage. Okay. So, yep. That's the first thing I was going to say is sage. I use my sage. And we just talked about the white sage. It doesn't matter. You can use any sage you want. So if you have garden sage, use garden sage. I will take each card and wave it over the smoke And mentally, it's, as far as I'm concerned, your intentions are the biggest thing. That's like any spell you ever do, any intention that you ever charge a crystal with, anything you ever do in witchcraft is 99% your intentions, your energies going through what you're trying to do. I love to charge and cleanse by the full moon light. Perfect. I normally ring my Tibetan bells. That's a great way. Yes, could we have Willowwind merchandise? Merchandise? Really? Willowwind merchandise? If you guys are really into it, I can try to come up with something. It'd be cool if I could have my husband draw some like a symbol, our symbol or something for our channel. I do that when I do festival and knock on it with knuckles, stones, reshuffle between clients. I like to pass mine through incense and let them sleep with crystals on top overnight. Then we're good to go. Most decks at least. Yes, yes, it will wind merch. All right, I'll look into it. I'll see what I can do. Intentions with a capital I. That's right. To me, that's the most important thing, is you are getting to know this deck by pouring your intentions onto this. So I take each card, I put it through sage smoke, and I'm thinking the entire time, I am cleansing this deck of any energies that have been left on this deck from any other person, any other spirit, any other machine that left awful intentions or left intentions that I don't want on my cards. Start with the next one. I am putting this deck, I'm wiping it clean of any energies that I do not want on this card. Now, to me, my stuff only, don't forget this, cleansing and charging are two different intentions. Because I think for me, one is, I want to wave it away. So I'm blowing stuff out. My intentions are blowing any negative energy right out, and I want it to keep right on going. I don't want to be thinking about pulling anything onto this deck yet. I want to be cleansing. So my first deck, I slept with them under my pillow. I have probably 3 or 4 decks total that I have slept with before. Just because usually I don't feel that need to do that. My new era element tarot, I did. I slept with it for a week because there was something about it that it was comforting to me, and it's really going to be my soul deck, I think. But so cleansing, you can sage smoke, you can blow on them, you can have a cleansing crystal. What do I think is a cleansing crystal? Selenite. To me, selenite is the ultimate cleanser. It's getting rid of any negative energy and blowing. Selenite is a powerful stone, though. It blows stuff off of it. And selenite, because it's a dual entendre kind of, it pulls positive in. So to me, it's like, you know, you can think of the meridians on your body. It's a whole system. It's a circle. And so it keeps right on going. It pushes that negative energy out. It pulls that positive energy in. Black tourmaline is a good negative energy pusher outer. And black tourmaline kind of almost sets an intention that it doesn't pick up as much negative energy later. It's really good at that. It just has, it like leaves something behind that is like a stain resistor, negative resistor. It kind of backs it off a little bit. I get trippy dreams when I sleep with my decks. I do too sometimes. You sleep with 4 decks at a time. Oh my goodness, that can't be very comfortable. I have stones, herbs, decks, oracles, runes, my chakra stones, notepad, and pencil. Woohoo! So, yeah, how big is your pillow? No kidding. Whew. All right, so the other way that I have done this, and I'm trying to think, there's, 2 decks? There's 2 decks that I have that are ocean related. Of course, they're not right in front of me, so I can't remember. Oceanic, maybe. I think there's an Oceanic Tarot. And I really felt water energy with that. So I put it in a Ziploc bag that has the little seal Ziploc that seals it so you know it's really sealed. and I had a little bit of air in it, so I tried to push the air out a little bit, and I knew that it was sealed because I was kind of worried about it. And I put it in my creek that's in the back here and held it there for about 5 minutes or so, and just let that water kind of wash that energy through too. That, and just because it was a water deck, I felt like it kind of wanted water cleansing. So that's another way you can do it. Be careful that you have a Ziploc bag that actually seals, and you know it's sealed. I was all worried about it, but I knew it was sealed, and I kept, like I said, I kept a little bit of air in there so I could push on it and say, okay, it's still not losing air anywhere, that kind of thing. What else can you do? You can, would a deck like that be good for Pisces? Yes, 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 absolutely. I also have a water deck. I could do that, but I'll use 2 Ziploc bags. I don't blame you, not a bit. I think I had freezer bags even, so I knew that they were really thick. Can a selenite and a black tourmaline be put together? Absolutely. And I was going to say, that's one of the things that I do to balance, Libra, balance is important, to balance out my own energies when I'm kind of feeling like, whew, okay, I'm either, I don't know what I am, but I'm off. You can put in, now to me, when I'm pushing stuff away, I am and I can never remember. I always think I'm backwards, but I can never remember if I'm backwards or not. When I'm pulling something towards me, it's with my left hand. When I'm pushing something away, it's usually with my right hand. So if you put a selenite in your receiving hand, in the hand that you feel like you're pulling stuff towards you, and a black tourmaline in your taking out hand, then that energy flow, it's all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, holy crap. You feel that energy flow just flowing right through you. And you're like, ah, and it, to me, I'm trying to think of, I always think of, because I'm in healthcare, I don't know if you've ever seen those movies of an x-ray, when you put a stent in somebody, which means when you're testing somebody's heart valves and stuff, you put dye into their bloodstream, and you're watching that dye go through to see if there's any plaque in there. And you'll see it like breaks off little pieces of plaque as it projecting. Thank you. And so, hi, Moonfeather. No problem. You'll catch up. We're just talking about cleansing decks. Could kill an intruder with their pillowcase. Yes, yes, she could, Jackie. That's what I think of, is as that positive energies comes in, it's breaking off that negative plaque energy and whipping it right out. And so I think of that energy flow and how it's pulling that positive energy in and pushing that negative energy out. So if you did that, if you wanted to put a selenite and a black tourmaline, I would put them on opposite ends, so that they could form an energy flow. You know, I wouldn't put them right next to each other. I would let it go through the whole deck, so the energy flow goes through all the way through. What else? I know, oh, a bell. So you can, there's different tones of bells. And again, I've heard people say this crystal, cleanses with this like a C sharp bell. To me, it's I feel it. Like I always like lower notes. So when I get a singing bowl, I'm always going for the lower note singing bell or singing ball. Singing bowl. Pa! Great idea. I really want to get some Tibetan singing bowls. Yes, I would love to, or just even just the bells. I have, of course, this is my tarot space, but downstairs I have several different, I have bells. I have Tibetan bells that you hang next to your doorway. I have the little, what are they called? The little flat things that look like cymbals for your drums. Yes, you can find some really cool vintage bells at Goodwill. Absolutely, you can, for sure. So anything that you feel like that energy is going through you, that should work for what your intentions are for this deck. So bells works. Actual, gosh, I really need my brain for this. Tuning forks. Whew. Tambourine, kind of. They're Tibetan little, I don't think they call them bells though. It's like, they look like little flat bells that are about this thick. And I have nothing to even draw. Oh yeah, I do, kind of. Hold on. Can I draw on this? Yes. Okay. They look, and I'm a terrible, terrible artist, so sorry guys, but they look like a sombrero. And there's usually symbols on here. So, you know, like, of course, I'm going to draw my Reiki symbols on there. But there's usually Tibetan symbols on them. And they're usually brass. Yes, like little flying saucers. Yes, yes, yes. Anything high frequency. You can blast your radio. Absolutely. Because that vibrational energy will blast anything negative out of those cards. Yes. Yes. Oh, hold on. Let me show that. Let's see. Tingsha. Yes, that's what they're called. Thank you. They're called Tingsha bells. Yes. So I have some of those that work really good. Actual tuning forks. I have a couple different tuning forks because, you know, when you first start, like I said, people tell you all kinds of things. They say you need a tuning fork in this key for this crystal, and you need, and then after a while you're like, no, you don't. As far as I'm concerned, my crystals react to my energy. So what I like to hear and think of as a cleansing sound, that's what's going to work for my crystals because they're mine. And I know their energy. So you don't need 18 million different things. You just need what works for you. And so for a little while, you might have more than one thing because you might try something and think, I don't know, that didn't really seem, to me, they don't seem cleansed. And that's okay. Then try something else until you find something that you go, yeah, that really feels like it cleansed it. I'm an air person. So my element is air. And that's not just because I'm a Libra, even though Libra's element is air, but that doesn't always coincide together. But to cleanse some of my crystals, to cleanse some of my decks, I have gone out with cards before in the wind and just held them out in the wind and thought about the intention of that wind flowing through them and pulling that negative energy off of it. That works for me. If you're a water person, think about what you can do with water. We talked about the little bags in there. If you go near a stream and you hear that stream, that sound could cleanse your decks. If you're an earth person and you want to put your deck in a plastic Ziploc bag and bury it for 2 days, go ahead. I've buried some of my crystals before. I had a crystal that I'll tell you I got from an estate sale, which means that it was from someone who had passed on. And I'm pretty sure that she was wherever the crystal was. And it took me a little while to get rid of her. And that's what I ended up doing and nothing was really working. I just kept feeling the same kind of energy. So I put it in a plastic bag and you zipped it right up and buried it for a couple days. And all of a sudden, Mother Earth took care of it. All set. Egg shakers seem like a cool, cheap DIY that we can use for some sound. Perfect. Absolutely. Again, I have all my stuff is downstairs. Dried gourds. Dried gourds that you pick up out of the fields that you can get them close to this time of year too. Or ask somebody with a squash field, say, hey, can you keep an eye out and let me know if any of them end up drying up? Because that sound, that can work. or what are they called? Nope, just totally lost it. But anything natural that makes that kind of energy. Fire energy, you're going to want to be a little more careful, but you can go over a bonfire and take each card over the bonfire and talk about flame energy, cleansing your deck, each card. That's what I could do tonight. It's small gale force winds. Yeah, it's supposed to be here too, Kay. I wish I could bury things in our little pocket garden, but my mom would flip out if she finds out. I have put one deck in a cast iron pot over a flame. There you go. Absolutely. As long as you're not going to cook it, you're not going to leave it there, so you're okay with a candle. Yep. I run mine through Nag Champra and introduce myself, talk to each card, then thank them. I only have amethyst. I'm a fish. I put them in scarves, sleep with them. Sometimes it works. Absolutely. Or get me to make you a spirit rattle. Absolutely. For sure. Hi, Veronica. Welcome. I do that with a candle. I have actually played hammered dulcimer to my cards. Cool. That's awesome. So that, you know, again, what works for you works. Don't listen to anybody else. Some people will tell you, you have to do this. You have to do this for 3 days, and then you do this for 2. I know people. I know people at my local, you know, witchy shop that will buy a deck and go, okay, let's shuffle. They're done. No problem. And I'm like, well, good for you. That doesn't quite work for me, but if it works for you, awesome. Then your stuff is, you know, easy. The charging part of it, there's another million different ways to do it. And it all has to do with what makes you feel energized. Do crystals make you feel energized? Do you, as a Libra, one of my crystals is opal. So if I felt like this deck really wanted to connect with me as a Libra, I might get an opal and put it on top of the deck for a couple days. I might, and somebody said already, one of the best ways to put your energy back into the cards, to charge these cards with your energy, is to shuffle. I spent a week and a half, I think, shuffling my New Era Elements deck before I actually did any readings. I just kept shuffling it, and it just didn't feel like it was ready to read for me yet. And so I just kept, it was like getting to know it. I would flip a card over, but I wasn't asking any questions. I just was looking at the cards and seeing what I felt about them and that kind of thing. And that was all just keep shuffling it. I just bought the Lumina deck. I'm so excited. Perfect. Yay. Perfect. My boyfriend that passed coached me through making my own native hand drum and shaker. That is okay. That sounds like a perfect thing. Anything that you can make with your own 2 hands is the perfect thing. It's the perfect thing. Your magical tools are going to be so much more... Barefoot Taurus. Oh, I just read your comment and I didn't realize it was you. Hi! Any magical tools that you make with your own 2 hands are going to be even more powerful for you because you spent all that time making that magical tool and your awesome intentions are already into it. So it makes it that much more powerful for you. I'll tell you, I have painted my own gourds that dried out for me and, you know, there's no way to tell if a gourd is going to dry out for you really well or if it's going to rot. Sometimes it takes 6 months and then it rots anyways. Sometimes though, all of a sudden it'll finally be like, yes, it worked and there's no rot on it and it looks great. And then I've painted it and it looks like a kindergartner. I'm not an artist. I got big jagged stripes down them. One I painted black and I put big orange, I don't know what I was trying to do. But it's my intention on it. And they're awesome. I use them for ritual all the time because I made them. And those gourds, for me, raise the vibrational energy so much more than anything I've ever bought at the flea market ever. Than anything I've ever bought at the thrift store ever. Do I bring them out all the time if I have a big ritual with company? No, because they still look like a 3-year-old did them to me, but it works for me. I just don't want to say, look how great I am and show everyone my little 3-year-old painting. I passed mine over incense and over each candle. God, Goddess, Spirit, Apollo. Perfect. What air element deck do you have, Willowwind? Let me show you. Mine keep jumping out when I shuffle, or are they tired, baby? No. Usually, it depends. Now, if you're shuffling just to put your energy back into it, sometimes if you get a jumper and it actually means something to you, it's trying to tell you something. It's trying to say, hey, you know, your energy is a little off for this. Are you sure you want to do this? Sometimes it comes out and it wants to say, you know, I'm trying to tell you this big thing that I think you're not paying attention to me, and this huge thing is here. Art is about the process, not the result. So as long as you put your energy into it, your art is beautiful. That's true. If they're jumping out, take a closer look. I always assume they're trying to tell me something. Absolutely, Jessica. Part of that, right tool finds its owner by its own. Yep. Mine jump out too. It's usually the same card. Yeah, maybe they want to tell me something. Yep, absolutely. Pay attention. Kids are fantastic painters. I happily let them paint a drum if I make another one. I know it. My drum, I have not painted on it. And I kept thinking I was going to have my husband do it because he's so good. But I was like, no. As soon as I finished making my drum, I thought, no, I don't think I'm going to let him do it because it's my drum and I want my stuff into it. We'll see. I am making stones now. Hubby bought me a tumbler off Amazon. We went to the amethyst mine. Yay! Abstract art, Jen. You just act like it was intentional. Right, I love it. That's perfect. I don't know what it was supposed to be, but it was perfect. Have been meaning to make a video for a year on how I skin and prepare the hide for drum making and make drum, but know nothing about filming. Jezebel, you know, all right, come on. Now, honestly, when you guys watch my videos, I don't do any editing. I don't have a clue. I have tried. I have tried to do editing, and I think partly because everybody who talks about doing editing has iPhones and iPads and all that stuff, and I'm not an Apple user. I use Google stuff. So none of their stuff makes any sense to me. And then I try to download apps that are supposed to help you edit, and I don't have a clue. So I'm like, you know what? This is me. Everybody knows it's me. If they want to see me, they're going to have to just live with the fact that I am not perfect and I make mistakes sometimes. And I go, oh, what the hell was I trying to say? You know that thing? Oh, well. What do I think of the earth of that? Let me grab my deck. Hold on. Well, Kate asked me, and while I'm thinking of it, which of course, hold on, it's gonna be, where is it? Hold on, I'm here. Sorry. Where's my deck? Where's my deck? No. Here it is. Okay, so this is an oracle deck, so not exactly the same thing. Now you're gonna see my big butt. Okay. Let's see. Oh, so sometimes half of them fall even when I'm careful. Coming from artists and sell my art on a website lately. It's been all witch-based, but trust me, everyone's an artist in their own right. I know you say that. And I love my art for me, but it's really pathetic. I'm good at, you know, like I said, my husband paints on it and I put the vintage stuff together. I'm really good at that. Painting and drawing and stuff, that's just, I have other gifts, and I know that. Do you ever think about gems when it comes to your decks? Yes, I do. Absolutely, especially if you let other people touch them. I tend to use hand sanitizer before I touch mine. Am I the only one who thinks about this? Okay. If you're one of those people that it bothers you to have people touching your stones and your decks and that kind of thing, then that's right for you. I will tell you that because people told me that, I had this thing in the back of my head that said you shouldn't be letting everybody touch your stones and stuff. But because I'm in healthcare and I do mammography, I have a bag of stones every day with me. I have it with me. Yep, I do, because it's my work bag, so I think I have it with me. So every day I have my bag of stones out, and I have my weekly Crystal Guardians out on my mammo machine. And I keep my weekly stone bag out. And my weekly Guardians. So I usually have 4 now. I started out having 2, and then it went to 3. And now it's been 4 for a while. And then I have my stone bag. And so all the time, I have patients come over and go, oh, what is this? Oh, what's this one for? What's this one for? And at first I'm like, oh, you know what? They're all touching my stones. I'll tell you what I do now. Although, of course, I didn't do that today because I came right upstairs. So it was a long day. But I have what I call a cleansing bowl. So when I come home from work, I take my whole bag and I drop it in my cleansing bowl. And in my cleansing bowl, which is big, it's downstairs and it's about this big. And I have, which I change monthly, it's mostly salt. And I have rosemary, and I have lavender, and I have rosemary, lavender, lemon balm mixed in with the salt. And I put it every day. It sits there overnight, and I grab it on my way out to go back to work. And then, so it sits there and cleanses all night long from any energies, sucks all that energy out that anybody touched. So that's what I do. So I don't worry about it as much anymore. My decks and stuff, I'm always, as far as I'm concerned, after I'm shuffling them, I'm knocking their energy back out. If I have a client that had a particularly sticky energy, and if you work with people enough, you start to learn some people have sticky energy and they stick their energy everywhere and you can feel it afterwards. Yeah, black obsidian. Remember, if you saw it, arrows, black obsidian arrows are really good at cutting energy, and I will get one of my black obsidian arrows out and kind of wave it all over and knock my deck with it and knock my crystals with it a couple times and stuff, and it kind of cuts that energy right off of you. So I hope that answered your question. Now, I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm pretty behind, I bet. And hand sanitizer, the only thing about hand sanitizer, I would be careful because it depends on the crystal. Be careful that it's not a crystal that is porous enough to soak any of that hand sanitizer in. Like selenite, I wouldn't do it with selenite because selenite can pull stuff into it. You know, you can't put selenite in water, supposedly. I have my, well, that's true. You shouldn't put it in water. I will tell you, though, that my selenite oil, I make selenite oil for cleansing purposes and for ritual purposes. And I have used the same piece of selenite for at least 3 or 4 years now. And I just, when the oil's almost gone, I take it out. I wash everything really good. I rinse the selenite off and I put it back in. And I have used the same piece of selenite and it has not changed size. But it's oil, so maybe it's different. Anyways, making a drum takes at least 3 days. Mine didn't take, well, I shouldn't say that. You're probably right. Mine did not take 3 days, but the shaman had done a lot of the stuff. Like he had cut the animal hide, and he had cut the animal hide strings parts of it. So I'm sure that part takes longer, and then actually putting it together, it only took a day. But you're right. If you're doing the whole thing and you're cutting your own hide and you're soaking your whole hide and all that kind of stuff, I bet it does. No editing needed. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys, I'm way behind. If you still have questions that I've missed, capital letters for me so I know for sure. I love people holding my crystals and decks. Yep. Hi, Conjurer's Table. Glad to have you here. I shuffle daily when I watch Switchy Info on YouTube. Absolutely. If I clumsily drop cards at the same time, is that the same as jumping out? Nope. Because I do that all the time. Like where you drop half the deck. No, that's not the same thing. That's just us being us. I let people cut the deck so they will have their energy in the cards. I do too. I let people cut the deck every time when I'm reading because I want their energy to choose what cards I'm going to pull for them. Unless it's obviously if it's a, you know, online reading or something. I have 1, 2 salt and rosemary. Really? You see? It's not just me. I don't know people, so I don't have to worry about it. Oh gosh, what a coincidence. I've been doing Tuesday, Thursday tarot topics for a few weeks. Hey, I just started mine. So I wonder, I hope I didn't totally steal it from you. I wonder if I saw some on your channel or something. Sorry. We just started ours. We decided we were going to do a day of tarot topics, and so we said Tarot Tuesday. Yay. I have decks that don't like to be touched and others that don't mind. I bet you do. Because I have decks that I only use for myself, so I wonder if I'm, you know, subconsciously feeling that energy of, just you. I'm not for everybody. I cleanse my decks in my singing bowl. That's a great idea. That's one we didn't even think of, or at least attempt to, or place a quartz crystal on top. Perfect. Long time no see. Sorry, so late. Just found out a good friend of mine passed. Oh, Brittany, I'm so sorry. That is not easy, is it? We've lost a lot of people in the witchy community the last couple of weeks, too. Like 3 or 4 that I've heard of. Hi, Johnny. Glad you could be here. Silly, tired, but good. Good, good, good. How are we doing, guys? I'm trying to catch up. I probably shouldn't try to catch up, but all right. So going to Rock and Mineral Expo on Thursday. Oh, I love them. I have to make sure I definitely have tourmaline on me, though, because, whoo, I get, like, almost dizzy. I don't know if anybody else gets that bad, but my energy, anytime I'm doing a video, I get my red face because that energy starts working back and forth. And boy, with all the different energies in an expo or in a crystal and gem show, whoo, I need that tourmaline. I usually have it right in my hand. I can also charge my deck on the windowsill to absorb the energy of the moon. Absolutely. And I was going to say, that's the other thing that I do to charge them. Once I've cleansed them, the energy coming back in, you can put in the moon. You can put in the sunlight if they're a sunny kind of deck. Although I wouldn't do that often because, you know, it could fade the cards. But the first time, definitely. One of the laces on my drum has popped. It popped one night when I was in bed. The loud ping made me think Ken had popped it to say hello. Oh, no kidding. Just went to the amethyst mine here. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I just got a professional tumbler. And I haven't gotten it out of my trunk yet. I keep forgetting. It's like this big. It's really a big drum and stuff in it. And, you know, all my little cans of silt and stuff to put in there. So I can't wait to try. Although I think it's going to be really noisy. So I have to see. Maybe I can put it in the basement or something. Because you have to run them for like a couple days. I'm thinking how I can represent the 4 elements very subtly, especially when I'm doing something in my dorm. Sometimes some of the greatest things of elements I've ever seen are get clear, tall shot glasses, put a little bit of water in one, put a little bit of dirt or a small rock in another, put a little feather in another and a candle in the other. And that's all 4. That was very simple. Not something that people would go, wow, but it's pretty. And it's kind of like, you know, artsy. there's so many things I have to ask and share to you guys. I have to get that into Facebook maybe later on. I know, right? Because here we are. It's almost been an hour already. I can't believe it. Again. And we really just started talking about, you know, cleansing. Okay, before I forget. Now, it's not too bad, Jen. Mine has been going for close to a month now. Next, I'm going to add red glass and make my own sea glass. Oh, I know. With red sea glass, which you hardly ever find. That'd be great. All right, so Kay, I think, asked about what decks I have for air energy. And this one is like one of my favorites. When I really want to feel the air energy. Now, it's not a tarot deck. It is a oracle deck. But this deck is gorgeous and is very air-oriented. And there's other bird decks and stuff out. Most of the tarot decks that I have seen that are bird tarot decks, I'm not in love with. I don't know why, but it just didn't float my boat, you know. This one I love. And I have to say the Crow Tarot, I think I really like, but I keep hearing that the cardstock is crap. But that might just be the Kickstarter cardstock, though. Okay, so this is the Oracle deck, though. And every card of this deck, I just am like, oh, I love that. Look at the face in there. And then the backs. This is the backs. But look at the faces in there. They are just such moving cards to me. Still waiting for the Crow Tarot. I guess I'm the last person to get mine. Are you in Canada? Because I heard that, whoops, I heard that for some reason Canada was like the last to ship or something. I did not back it on Kickstarter, believe it or not. And I'm still not exactly sure why I didn't, but I decided not to for some reason. Maybe it was just some decks I just get the feel and I'm like, I don't want to. You're in the U.S. and you haven't gotten it and you backed it on Kickstarter? Have you talked to them? See, so I think the people in this deck that look like birds and feathers, and I just really, this deck does it for me, for my air energy anyways. Look at that. Ugh. You sent a message to the creator. Good. Yeah, I definitely would. I have 4 votive holders for the elements. Tiny gnome with stones, feathers, butterfly wings found, cinnamon sticks, and seashells. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Hi, Zach. Glad you could join us. I didn't try to do deck November. I didn't either. I just said ahead of time, there ain't no way. Forget it. I'm not doing it. Haven't gotten mine either. I sent a message to the creator. Good. Hopefully he gets back to you. Oh, and Willowend, I just filmed and posted my 100 questions nobody asks. Yay! Oh, good. I'll have to go back and watch it. I haven't seen one of those in a while. So that'll be fun to go back to it. I loved those questions because they were a little weird and quirky and goofy, and you get to know each other better, and I loved those. My birthday is this month, so I just said no. Yeah, no way. I mean, come on. And, like, they were trying to get Simon to do it, and he's like, look, guys, I'm traveling. He's going to Glastonbury. Why the heck would he want to say no decks? Sorry, not happening. Look. Oh, look at that face. Oh, love that face. Oh, my God, another deck I got to add to my growing list. I'm telling you what, it's impossible. With us enabling each other in this community so bad, it is impossible to do a whole month. It's impossible. I have bought, okay, this is November, so hold on. So all I've had is this week, right? So I think I have bought 3 decks. But one of them was my replacement for the deck that I ruined that I'm sending to Jack. The Green Witch Tarot. Look at my peacock. That's my spirit animal right there. It's my peacock. I failed deck November. I bought 2 decks on day 2. I haven't bought a deck. Oh, good for you. Boy, I'm telling you, it's just not working for me. I do not use tarot decks. I'm full-blooded Cherokee. I know you are, Johnny. I hear ya. Who's in for Deck Splurge December? Woohoo! Yeah. Heck yeah. Especially, although I have to say, when you have kids, you try to not spend a lot on yourself in December because, you know, Yule gifts and whatever. I want to leave stuff for them to be able to get. Although some stuff, they don't know what to get me, so I'm getting my own. The only thing stopping me from buying decks is the fact that I have no spending money for half the time, right? No kidding. No kidding. So, I don't know if, am I going through every card in here, guys? Sorry. I just love this deck. They're so gorgeous, and they are very good readings. Now, this is a deck, though, that I have to say, other than, I do use them intuitively if I use them for a client, but this is the kind of deck that if I'm using it for myself, I always look up the meanings, because the meanings are usually so spot on and pretty. And so let's do this. Let's pull a card. Oh my goodness, you guys, look at this. Is the, you know, the Rider-Waite deck that I was going to start going through with you guys and talking about meanings and stuff. We're not doing that tonight because we're already over an hour. So, but we did get to talk about how to cleanse, how to charge. You can sleep with your deck if you know, feel it necessary. I've only slept with a couple of my decks because usually I'm like, whatever. I'm a roll-arounder. So I'm like, I don't want to spill them all over the place. And I have 2, maybe 3 decks. I think I've done that. No spending money all the time for me. What is that deck called again? Okay, it is, hold on. Yep, the Winged Enchantment Oracle. And this is the artwork is Lisa Hunt. So if you know any of Lisa Hunt's decks, I just adore her deck. I so want her fairy tale deck, which, you know, good luck unless they ever redo it. It's thousands of dollars, I think, now, but I got the PC Cast House of Nights. Really? No kidding. I only have 3 decks. Mystical Cats, RWS, and the Mythic Tarot. The last one was a gift. You know, sometimes you only need a couple decks, and then you're good with that. Some people are good with that. I wish I was one of those people. I am not. But I probably, well, you know, although I have to say, that's only been the last couple of years. I don't think I started buying, I think I had maybe 3, maybe 4 decks until about 3 years ago. I think I really started, because something happened in tarot. There didn't used to be all of these kinds of decks. You know, we had maybe 3 a year that came out before. I swear, come on, help. Some of you old timers can help me out. I swear there was only 3 or 4 decks that came out a year before. And then all of a sudden it exploded. Exploded. Like in the last maybe 5, 6, 7 years. All of a sudden it's crazy. It's like we have hundreds that come out all the time, and it's way, it makes it so hard. Love Oracle decks. I gotta learn to budget. Me too. Me too, me too. I worked with just the first Witch's Tarot for about 12 years. That is, the Witch's Tarot, I put it up there. That is my go-to deck for, like, comfortability. That's the deck I always reach for, because I worked with that one for a long time, too. I worked with that forever. And that was it. I wanted to do a live stream Q&A for just about learning tarot for any beginners or things people were confused about. But I know we would have gotten sidetracked. See, I know, Zach. We start talking about stuff, and then all of a sudden it's all over the place. This is why I've started to do series. Like my shadow work series took forever too, because you get on and something happens and you start talking about that, and And here we are talking about beginner tarots, and I'm showing an oracle deck. It's terrible. I had one for 9 years, passed it on to my daughter. Osho Zen, yep. Llewellyn, I've had the Llewellyn. Look, squirrel, yes, exactly. That's exactly, it's terrible. Is that the Green Witch's Tarot? That is, I don't know. I had the Green Witch's Tarot up here because I have to send it to Jack. And I might have, oh, here it is. Yeah, this is, the Green Witch's Tarot is the one that I'm giving to Jack because he doesn't care that I ruined them. But is one of the ones that I always pull out for Yule. And so that one should be coming like tomorrow, I think. Yay! So this one is coming tomorrow, I think, and I'll be sending it to you, Jack, very soon. Very soon. And pre-record. Yeah, you know, I thought of that too, Xanthia. I used to, it's funny, I used to pre-record all my videos and upload them. I think I'd only done a couple lives and very short lives. But I think there's something contagious about getting you guys' energy. Right, Zach? Are you with me? I think that once you start doing lives, you're like, oh, I just want to go live with it. For one thing, it doesn't take forever to upload because, oh my gosh, it's so frustrating for me anyway to try to wait for a 30-minute video to upload takes like 3 hours. And I'm like, what the hell? That's super annoying. And then the energy that you get from talking about stuff and stuff comes up and all of a sudden I've been on for, you know, over an hour and I'm like, really? I'm on for that long? It just is the give and take of the group. For sure. Oh, thank you. I like, this is what I changed into after work because I needed to get out of my work clothes. It's the interconnectedness of it. Yes. You're actually talking with people real time. Yep, absolutely. Our nightly meetings with my coven. See, absolutely. Going live is easier than recording. I think so. Now I think so, Kay. I think it's like addicting because your energy, all of your energies is great. And it's such an immersive experience because partly I think we can start to talk about something and we get off track because somebody asks a question and then you get somewhere that you never thought you would end up. And if you know, if I had done this video live, okay, we might have learned a lot more about tarot, but you wouldn't have gotten to ask questions and you wouldn't have gotten to see a deck that had stuff to do with air and, you know, we wouldn't have been talking about other things that come up too. And I think it's nice. The organic nature of the lives is nice. And Kendra, I highly recommend lives. And that's part of the other thing is that people don't then expect me to edit my videos because forget it. I have tried to download stuff. I probably have tried to download 4 or 5 different editing apps. And then I can almost do it once. And then I either forget or I'm pulling up the wrong one or I don't know. My editing skills suck. I even thought about taking a community college course in editing so that I had some clue, but I'm like, I don't know, guys. This is me. All right. So, chat is limiting. We need something more like Zoom, but different. Yeah. I know what. And even if we had, I was going to ask, Kittens, Weights, and Tarots, I think, did a live Halloween chat with, you know, what is it that Simon uses? Yeah, Google Hangouts. But you can only have like 10 people, I think. Someone said that it's like a limiting of 10. But it would be nice if we could see everyone. So it was really like you were sitting in the room with someone. That would be nice. So maybe set days and times for different topics. Let us know because I'm a beginner and eager to learn but don't know where to start. Absolutely. And if you are on my Facebook wall for this channel, I do polls all the time of what do you guys want to see next. And I'll let you know when I'm going live ahead of time as much as I can. Like tonight I got home a little late and stuff, so you didn't have a whole lot of notice, but I try to let you know ahead of time. Google Hangout, it's only doors like 6 people. See? Ugh. I might make my first video soon sharing my Oracle deck that I made, and yay! All I have is a laptop. You don't need fancy tools for YouTube, just your heart. That's right. I'm afraid I'll do something wrong while going live, like tap the wrong key and launch a spaceship. You know what, Kay? If you do something wrong, though, oh well. People, I mean, like I said, I've done stuff wrong all the time. There's, you know, stuff that I can't remember. There's words that totally leave my mind. But as far as I'm concerned, that's who I am. I'm not a perfect person. So why do I want to cut all that stuff out? First of all, it takes forever. It takes long enough to upload it, much less to upload it, to edit it, and then to upload it again. No way. Forget it. This is me. There is a good book on tarot. There's lots of good books on tarot made easy. Hold on. Yeah. Do I have that one? Hold on. That sounds really familiar. I think I might have that one. I have to say again, though, as far as tarot books, I don't know how to say it, but this book right here has taught me more in the last year than any tarot book I've ever read. And it is partly because her language is just, it's like she's talking to a friend, and she's like, so this, and then she will relate one of the cards to like a normal everyday thing that happens to her, and then that sticks in your brain. So you're like, oh, yeah, that story she told about that funny thing that happened to her, and she was in a meeting, and this was supposed to, and it was a totally you know, 3 of Wands situation. And then suddenly it becomes more real, at least for me, because of her language, because of her language skills. She's really good at, she swears in it. She's really good at just going, you know what, this is just what I think about this. I'll read you real quick. I'll read you just a little bit before we finish tonight, because it's just, and this is the page I had. I don't know why I had a bookmark in, see my feather bookmarks, air. I don't know why I had a bookmark in the tower, but I did for some reason. So, and I don't have my glasses, so. So the Tower is one of the most feared cards in tarot, and for good reason. Few people love change, and the Tower is nothing but change. Even fewer people like sudden change, and it is true that the type of upheaval this card brings is the kind that strikes out of nowhere. You didn't see it coming, you should have seen it coming, but you didn't. When you say cocooned in denial, when you refuse to face reality, when you shy away from making the life changes you need to make in order to grow, the Tower will show up for you. How painful this card is will depend on how rightly you cling to the walls that you are falling down. This card demands complete letting go, a tough order for anyone, but especially for one taken by surprise or one who has been consciously or unconsciously resisting change for quite a while. At the heart of the Tower lies a revelation. Either you or someone who impacts you has experienced a sudden clarity. A truly paradigm-shifting understanding has arrived. There's nothing to do but change in accordance with this new information. So then it goes on and on. But then it says, working with the Tower. So this is the stuff that she's just like talking to you. Lots of people might think you're crazy to willingly call the Tower into your life. But if you need extreme and drastic change and cannot figure out how to get started, summon this energy into your sphere. Beware, though, it's quite wild. Do not do this spell until you are ready to deal with the consequences. Although consequences of this spell are better in the long run than consequences of sticking in your rut. But the Tower will come for you eventually, so there's a little boost to not be taken by surprise. So then it talks about what spell to do. And that wasn't a great one, but she just, I really like her writing style. She just really talks to you like, this is how I've seen this card. And, so I can't say enough about this book. This is the book that I have learned more than any other book this year. And I have quite a few. I've got, except for maybe this one. But that is more like geeky history stuff. I'm a huge history buff. So to see, this book has like pictures of where Pamela Coleman Smith painted her paintings of the actual cards. So you can see like where she got her ideas for some of the cards and stuff, because she was painting at this house, and it has this window. And so look, this is Winchelsea Castle. So at some point, Pamela Coleman Smith was there painting. Oh, see, like that. When you do that, Kay, that doesn't mean anything other than your klutz. I really like this book because I'm a big history geek, and so I like to learn where Pamela Coleman Smith was and how she got her ideas. And she was a big drama person. Like, she went to plays all the time and stuff. So me too. I gotta go too, guys. So tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. I might be taking tomorrow off. I will let you know for sure in the wall. It's my half day, so I will still be uploading a couple videos, but I think I'm going to take the live part off tomorrow, and we'll start back up again Thursday. Both and Hermetic class. I love that system. Off topic, but want to ask, is it healthy to put brown sugar and butter on hot toast? I can't get enough, which is not me. I have also been dipping peanut butter into brown sugar. I think, Kay, it is depending on what your health risks are. Is it healthy for you? No. But in moderation, sounds good. My grandmother used to put, like when we weren't feeling great or we had low energy or something, she'd say, get some bread, butter, and sugar. Which, again, not very healthy for you. So, what are you going to do? Okay. It's okay. I hear you. Multitasking is good. We are going to go. Yeah, I think I probably will take tomorrow off. I am going to upload a couple videos because there are a couple videos that I need to upload that aren't live kind of videos. And I still have to get my giveaway up, which I still haven't had time. It's been crazy. I will try to do that tomorrow. That's one of the videos I want to do. Tomorrow is the giveaway video to name our little witch chick up there. Oh, can't see her. There she is, way up there. So we're gonna name her. That's gonna be the prize for going over 3,000 subscribers. I can't believe it, guys. Can't believe it. So yay. Everybody will be doing good. Hopefully, have a good night tonight. If you have not voted, oh, you probably don't have time. It's 5 to 9. I'm pretty sure. Oh, West Coast people might still have time though. But you know, if you haven't, go out and vote if you can, and if not, then sorry. Watch what happens with our polls here. All right, guys. Yay! I voted early this morning, so blessings. Thanks everybody for coming, and we'll see you tomorrow.